All right, I promised a quick turnaround on this DIY project, and I am here today to deliver. I have this extra large cutting board here. I've already given it a light sanding because it had quite a bit of water stain here. I was able to get that off fairly easily. I'm not super worried about it showing a little bit, but it was much darker. I'm also making today's video a giveaway, and I'm going to be giving away the same transfer that I'm using today on my project. So stay tuned till the end of the video and I'll let you know how to enter. Before I do my Iron Orchid design transfer, I'm going to go ahead and do a thin layer of matte Mod Podge. Anytime I'm working on a cutting board, I want to seal it first because if there's any oil left in the cutting board, it's going to make it so hard for that transfer to stick. So anytime you're working with something old that could have any kind of oily residue, I always recommend sealing it first. You could use any kind of clear sealer that you like. This is just the one that I have on hand, and it'll dry fast and it doesn't stink up in my house. So this is just going to be the one I prefer to use today. So today I'm going to be using the transfer called Cotswolds, and this has actually two really large designs in it. So it's 8 pages, but there's only 2 designs. So there's 4 pages per design. So it's going to make something that is, I would say, maybe 18 inches high, and I don't know, is this about 3 feet wide? I mean, they're pretty large. Okay, wait, let's do some math here. 12 by 16 sheets. Oh, okay, so quite a bit bigger. So 24 and then by 32. So the one that I'm going to use is this one on top here that has the pig in the middle. It reminds me more of like a vintage grocery store sign. And then there's a one on the bottom with the sheep, which I also think would be really cool. And they feature it here in a piece of furniture. I would love to do that with the sheep one. I don't have the right piece for that in my inventory right now, but I will hold on to that one until I have a piece of furniture that will fit. So today I'm just gonna go ahead and use the pig transfer from this Cotswold set. If you need to order IOD, my stockist is my shop owner. Her name is Cindy at my treasure house, and I will have my treasure house's link down below in the description box, so you can go there and order IOD if you're in America, and she can ship to you. Transferring is really easy once you've done the prep work. You want to make sure, like I said earlier, that your surface is nice and clean, because you are going to be applying almost like a sticker type situation, but this will be permanent. But if there's any dust on the surface that you're using, or if it's really rough, it's just going to make it really difficult for it to stick. Sometimes the stickiness of the transfer can just hold on to the dust, and then it will actually never transfer off of the paper. So you just have to really do the proper prep work on your piece. And once you have a nice clean surface and something that is not going to pull back up, so I just have like this thin layer of Mod Podge, I can still feel the wood grain through it, but I know all the oils are going to be trapped underneath that Mod Podge, which means that my transfer should come off relatively smoothly. So as in most DIY projects, doing the prep work properly is going to set you up for success. And now all I'm going to do is probably the most painstaking part of this process, which is just making sure it's centered and lined up right where I want it to be. I will peel off this white paper backing, and then I just use this little stick that they provided with the transfer to just rub the image right into place. Nice and easy. I typically don't seal my transfers. I know some people will do another layer of Mod Podge. I just don't think it's necessary. And like I said, this is permanent. It's distressable if you wanted to sand it down a little bit. I'm not exactly sure that I'll do that today. I'm gonna get this all attached on here, and then I'll make that decision later. I love how detailed this image is though. Even just laying here before I've actually applied it to the surface, it looks beautiful as it is. I just love IOD for their level of detail. I think their products are so beautiful. There's a couple other brands out there I haven't even bothered to use because IOD has so many different varieties of images and products that I've really just been busy trying to use the IOD, and that's been a ton of fun for me. And here is your final look. I just love how it came out. I would say all in all, I had about an hour of work into this piece. That includes the Mod Podge layer. So this is a very doable DIY project, even if you are a beginner. Lining up the sheets, I was pretty nervous about, but actually there's kind of a hidden seam that you just fit together like a puzzle piece. So it's actually relatively easy to get everything to line up. You really just need to make sure your first sheet is in the right spot and then everything else will follow. This is probably one of my favorite transfers I've ever used. I really, really love it. And I'm actually looking around my house to see, maybe I should keep this one because I paid so little for the board and I only used half of a transfer set for the entire image. I just feel like it's a relatively inexpensive piece of decor that I really love. So why would I sell it when I could potentially keep it? And one of my favorite parts about having a booth is that I can keep something for a while. And then if I decide that I'm not in love with it later on, I can just take it up to the booth, even though most things I sell, I do actually love, but I just can't keep everything, you know? So I'm actually have a couple places I'm going to try this in my kitchen area before I decide to sell it or not. So let me show you where I was thinking about putting this. So the first place I was thinking of is actually at the top of these kind of like pantry shelves I have here off to the side of my kitchen. I already have a big wood board up there and then a smaller cutting board on that side. So it's either going to be very complimentary or it's going to be just too much. I might be actually too tall for this area. So I'm just going to throw it up there and see what I think first. This whole area is kind of a mess right now and could really use a rework. Wasn't planning on doing that today, but we'll see if that's what this turns into. Okay, I thought for sure that chair was going to collapse, but it didn't stop me from using it. But look at this sign. It's looking pretty sharp up there. Man, I love that image so much. So kudos to IOD for such an awesome design. It looks good up there. I actually like it a lot. I'm a little just kind of bothered about the 3 pieces of wood though. I feel like it's too much. It's hard to see when I have a light fixture, which that's kind of one of my goals for this year is to get a new light fixture over the table. I just really hate this one. It's fine though, it does the trick for now. I don't love how these are all looking together is my problem. And it's too big to fit on this shelf over here. I feel like it needs to be in the center. Or the other place I want to try it is over in my actual kitchen space where I have this diner sign. It's just a lot of white and black going on over here right now. And so I feel like maybe the wood would be a nice little accent piece. I've had a wood piece over here before. It's that same board that I have on my hutch right now. So I think I'm going to try this over here though and see how that looks. I actually feel like that's probably going to be our winner. So let's see. Okay, I've decided this is where this needs to go. I like that it's tying in the wood of the bottom cabinets. It's making it feel a little bit more expensive in here and not like I just threw a bunch of stuff together. But that means I'm going to have to put my diner sign either in my booth to sell or back over on top of my green hutch. It's kind of the only other place that it fits. So, of course, this is turning into a whole thing now. So I'm going to have to take down those 2 big pieces up there. So it's going to take some rearranging. And this was supposed to be a quick DIY video, and this is why I never make those because I think it's actually impossible for me. But that's okay. Let's rearrange some stuff. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up here for today because I have Christmas stuff to do. But here's kind of where I'm gonna leave it for now. I just put a couple of my pottery pieces up there and then my new green scale on the left there that I just got at an estate sale. And if you missed that haul, you should go back and watch it because it was definitely my favorite haul I've had in ages. And I love that sign up there. It looks so cute. It really complements the lower cabinets. And then let me flip you around to the other side of the kitchen. So I got my little artist down here coloring a tractor. And then for now, I'm just gonna leave it like this up here. Kind of arranged my bigger board on that side. Are you gonna do a thumbs up? Nice. Good job. And then I threw some of the antiques over here that I got at the estate sale also, like this coffee tin and this coffee grinder. As much as I would love to keep all of that, I probably need to sell something that I bought at the estate sale, but like I said, it was one of my favorite ones I've had, and everything just looks so nice together. It's hard to get rid of it, but I think that's where I'm going to leave you guys today. Thank you so much for watching today. If you want to enter to win your own set of the Cotswolds transfers from IOD, make sure you just comment below and say hello, maybe what you're thinking of using the transfer on if you have an idea already. And also make sure you're already subscribed, and I will try to get that sent out. I'll let this giveaway run for about another week and a half, and so the weekend after next, and I will ship it to you as soon as I draw your name. I appreciate you spending some time with me today. I hope you had a great Christmas and have a happy New Year, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.